I'd like us to talk about when people are ready to buy online. Because just like offline, I mean, at the end of the day, you're dealing with human beings. And if you think about your own shopping habits when you're buying anything, offline or online, doesn't matter when you're buying something or, when you're just about going through any commercial activity, you're going to realize that you yourself usually look for information first. Usually, I mean, once in a while there's an impulse purchase of a small item, but most of the time you're looking for information. And then once you've got the information that you need, uh, whether you're doing this consciously or unconsciously, maybe you're just talking to a bunch of friends over a barbecue, and just talking randomly, and they're telling you about this cool new thing or a cool new gadget they found, or a cool place they went to visit. That's information seeking. Whether you went and said, can you tell me about Baja, Mexico? Or, somebody just started saying, hey, I went to Mexico the other day and it was really cool. At the end of the day, that's the information seeking stage. So you might be doing it consciously or unconsciously, but the fact is you always start with information seeking. Everybody does. And then once the interest and desire is picked up to a certain level and some kind of focus starts to come in, because information seekers are quite unfocused. That's the first stage of excuse me, online commercial intention. So they're quite unfocused at that point. They don't really know what they want, bit shaky, wishy-washy. Then at some point, people or you become a comparison shopper. You start to think, I think I'll do this, I think I'll get this stuff. So you start comparing the options, right? So the number of people who are comparison shoppers are fewer than information seekers. Information seekers are tons. Sometimes, for example, imagine a college student who's doing a research paper on travel or on photography. They're also information seekers, but they'll probably never become comparison shoppers. So it's like a funnel. The comparison shoppers are fewer than information seekers for many obvious reasons. No need to get into the reasons. You can imagine why. Like you've never bought. You don't buy everything you look at. Like, for example, I've looked at space travel. Because there's all these companies that are coming up nowadays, and they promise that people will be able to go to space sometime in the future. So I've done information seeking on space travel. I know it costs roughly $100,000 when they'll finally start flying commercial, and I know that in the past people have been paying $20 million, to go with the Russians. So, but I've never really done comparison shopping, and I may never end up doing it. So, you see what I mean? So, fewer number of people are comparison shoppers, but they're a bit more likely to buy, but they're still undecided. And then even fewer make the decision and they become buyers. These are people walking around with cash, and they'll hit it when they find what it is that they're looking for. If the guys decided, I want to buy a Canon digital camera called, whatever, uh, model number 80, if they find it, that's it, the wallet's out. You don't need to convince them, they're already done. So that's what I mean by timing. Now, when you're doing your online marketing, or putting together your advertising material or any of that sort of stuff, it's a good idea to have this in mind. Okay, to for a whole bunch of reasons. When it comes to doing ad copy, when it comes to like figuring out how to advertise, where to advertise, when to advertise, all these sort of things come in to play once you start to understand the nature of your commercial intention in your market. So some of these uses will become obvious later. So let's just forget about the uses for now, and let's just figure out how do we find out the timing. Okay, how do we find out timing? Now, to figure out the when, we use once again Microsoft's Ad Center Labs. For this example, we are going to do we are going to use photography photography as an example. Okay. Okay, so photography has come up, and as you can see, Microsoft seems to think that it's got a non-commercial intention of 86%. Now, to illustrate the point here, just real quick, this means that anyone typing in photography, they're not likely looking for something that they're going to spend money on, such as a camera or something. I mean, they could be, but 86% chances that their intentions are non-commercial. Let's say somebody goes into Google and types in digital SLR camera. So it's still within the photography, you might want to say theme, but now they're getting more specific. If somebody goes into Google and types in digital SLR camera, let's see what happens. See, suddenly the commercial intention jumps to 99. It's not even a non-commercial, it's a commercial intention, see, of 99%. If someone goes into Google and types in Canon EOS Rebel XS, let's see what Microsoft says. I haven't done this before, so this is the first time I'm looking at this. Wow, okay, so probability went down by 0.01 by 1%, but it's still a positive commercial intention. So the point here is, within the same, let's say if let's say you're a dentist or something like that, and you want to sell things online, this tool not only just shows you how you should structure your website and your copy and your approach and maybe even your domain names to attract people who are ready to buy, but it also gives you an idea of when people are ready to buy, what kind of people are ready to buy in your market. And this information is very useful in a whole bunch of ways. For example, how you write your advertising if you're going to put up Google AdWords or whatever, or how you write your web copy, what you call your domain name, and a whole bunch of other things. Okay, so very useful tool there. Now let's have a look at web pages. Okay, so people going to Best Buy have a commercial probability of 0.84. Okay, that's interesting. Photography.com has positive commercial. I mean, people who are going in there to buy stuff. Let's see, what about people who go to Wikipedia's photography page? See, this technique is also good for helping you figure out who you want to bring in as your maybe partners. When I say partners, I mean people you can go to and say, look, you've got a website on photography or whatever it is, and I'd like you to be my affiliate, and I'll pay you commissions for all the traffic that you send over to my website and they buy. So again, we'll talk about affiliate programs later.